Good evening. I've never had like the mic on my lapel, so this is a little different. And I have notes because I don't want to forget anything. Happy to be here. And I didn't realize there were going to be so many men in the audience, so sorry guys, I'm talking to the ladies today. So ladies, let's be honest. Even though there are numerous organizations, countless hours spent on advocacy, and way too many federal regulations to include us in this field, and to be honest, there still is gender and racial bias in the field of technology. I know many of you heard the jokes about female drivers. We can't drive. I drive very well. Forget turn signals every now and then. The infamous one about us being in the kitchen. No, I don't cook, so I'm not going in the kitchen. As well as the countless jokes and memes that are across the internet, categorizing a culture of individuals based solely on the color of their skin. Although many people laugh out loud and do the smiley face online, there are numerous others in silence that actually believe these things. How do you and I change that? How do we change that behavior? I start with, we can take the lead. Taking charge, being assertive, being confident about ourselves, about who we are, what we stand for, what we're doing. We can continue to educate ourselves to be the best, be each other's teachers, mentors, motivators, and inspiration. And most of all, be successful by being determined, encouraged, and understand that there's no such thing as failure unless you don't try. We owe it to those who preceded us and those who will succeed us to be great. In the beginning of my career, I sat in numerous meetings at the age of 21 with men, all men, military-based. You had your colonels, you had your commanders, and I was the only female and most often the only black, the only person of color, to be honest, in the room. And I always said, oh, I was invisible in a meeting, and people asked, well, what do you mean you were invisible? Well, I mean I was invisible because nobody acknowledged me, nobody asked my inputs, nobody even thought to say, hey, how you doing? Just sit there, listen to what we say, and take notes. Like, okay, that works. So thinking to myself, and as I am taking notes, because I'm jotting down all the ways that I feel that what I know could work, you're not even listening to. So in jotting those notes and thinking to myself, like, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything? Well, I didn't say anything because I wasn't confident enough to say anything. I wouldn't say anything because I didn't think that what I had to say was important or would even be acknowledged. And again, that was almost 20 years ago. Fast forward to now, nah, don't do that anymore. I'm typically the loudest in the room, but I promise you when I do speak, I do know what I am talking about, and I get that respect. Excuse me. We are just as smart, just as brilliant, have great ideas as our counterparts. And I just encourage each of you to use that and advocate for yourself. If you don't do it for yourself, no one else is going to do it for you. For those of you, and I know we have some students in the audience, actually my mentees in the audience, that haven't found your niche, haven't found quite what it is that you would like to do, whatever it is, whatever you're passionate about, whatever just makes you feel good, trust me, there is something in technology that you can do with that niche. For those of us that are in technology that have already found our niche, when you talk to our younger people, make it so impressive that they just want to be a part of it, no matter what it is. We have to talk it up because they don't know. As a youth, I was always told to surround myself by like-minded people that are either going where I want to go, have been where I want to go, have seen what I want to see. And I encourage each of you to do the same thing. I actually challenge all of you to look to your left and your right. And if you don't know the person that's sitting right next to you, get to know them. This is your new professional circle. This is your new personal circle. Make friends, network. That's how you progress. It's up to us as women to break the barriers of inequality. It's up to us to force change, not ask for change. And who can advocate for us better than us? Truth is, no one. Women empower women. Women open doors for other women. Women help women. So my charge to you before I sit is to use your voice to be the voice for our voices. That's all I have. Thank you.